This is the Satin Lounge, where we celebrate the creativity and feature the oftentimes overshadowed talent of the LGBT community. Tonight we introduce to some and perhaps reintroduce to others a passionate, independent producer, director, and editor. Most of you are familiar with her work as executive producer of the hilarious web series We Have to Stop Now. Love that series so much. Featuring actress Jill Bennett and Kathy DeBono. And she's here tonight to share her brand new project, Appleseeds. Satin Lounge, please help me welcome ROBYN DETTMAN to the Satin Lounge. Hi, how are you?
I'm excellent. Can I ask you a favor? Can you just follow me around and introduce me like that with your voice?
You know what? I love to promote. I love what you're about, and people need to know it. They need to know every detail, and that's what we're going to try to do tonight, get to know you a little bit better.
All right, that sounds good.
Cool. How is 2013 treating you so far?
2013 is looking pretty amazing.
Is it doing all right?
It's doing all right. So with everything that's going on with the film, I just have to say that my wife is going to have a baby in about 7 weeks.
Oh my gosh, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful.
That's so exciting.
Wow. So do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
We do not. We've decided that we didn't want to find out until the actual birth.
Have you named the baby or? Yeah.
We do. I'm on lockdown with names.
Wow, there's nothing.
Not allowed to say. We know it's a baby.
ROBYN, I hope the rest of the interview is not like this where we can't get any information.
No. Listen, as much as my wife Megan will hit me for saying this, if it was up to me, I'd probably be much more verbal about it. But yeah. We have two names picked out, boy or girl. Yeah. And
you can't share it. Look, we're going to leave before you get in trouble because I'm sure Megan's listening right now. We're sorry. Congratulations.
I didn't say anything. I promise.
Absolutely.
I didn't say anything.
I'm so excited to introduce you to the Satin Lounge tonight and getting to know you a little more intimately. You're a native of California, is that correct?
I am. I was born and raised in Woodland Hills.
Wow, okay. I was reading that you graduated from San Francisco State University. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you majored in film.
I did major in film, and I actually went in 2000. Okay. So I went as a reentry student, so I went much later. I actually lived in New York for 14 years and was an actress and did theater out there. Uh-huh. And then decided that I wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to be able to kind of expand how far my voice could go. Okay. And it's funny because now I look and I see how all roads led to being a director. Mm-hmm. But at the time when I came out, I was like, well, I hadn't gone to college. I went straight into acting in New York. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go to San Francisco State 2000. I was the outspoken older student. Okay. It was wonderful. The film program there was fantastic.
Absolutely. So would you recommend that if someone wants to be a film director or work in film, that they go to school, or can they just jump in and learn, on the go, learn on the set, work their way up from PA to AD? What would you suggest?
I feel like each person's path can be different. Mm-hmm. I feel like film school is really good to give you a rounded education of everything. Okay. I feel like as a director, one of the things I've had to do is to learn how to speak different languages to all the departments that I work with. So to take classes and understand what they do allows me to communicate my vision and to be able to collaborate with them.
Because there's a jargon or something.
Oh, there's totally a jargon. It's funny. I was working with Billy Pace, a composer, who the song
that we're going to share with you in just a bit is beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is.
And that is actually not featured in the short film. Mm-hmm. It's going to be featured on our website, and we're going to be he's going to be selling it on iTunes. Mm-hmm. But he did a sound composition for the short film. Mm-hmm. And, as a director, you have things in your head, these things that you're feeling, and you haven't actually heard it before because you're creating something new. Yes. So I'm trying to describe it to him. I'm like, it's like shards. Yeah. It's like shards of a piano, and I could just hear him on the other side of the phone going like, what are you talking about? But so when you go into classes and, you learn a little bit about what each department does. Yeah. You get your feet wet, and then you are more able to communicate with them. But there's nothing like the experience of actually creating it. And And
you need to get your feet wet no matter where. If it's in a lab or
That's
whatever
right.
at a university, or if you're actually on set being a grip or being whatever they ask you to be a PA or get the coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Watching how it works that's a invaluable experience.
Absolutely. Just get out there and do it. And the closer you can get to the set, if you want to be a director and watch what it actually takes and what actually goes on. So yeah, a combination of both, I think.
Awesome. Well, in college, you had a project called the Joyce Carol Oates story. Was that in college or was that right after college? Tell me about this award-winning project.
Yeah. So it's Joyce Carol Oates wrote it, and it was from a really famous short story called Where Have You Going, Where Have You Been?
Okay.
It's in all the anthologies in college, and I actually read it in my first year of college, and it's just an amazing story. And I was in my last year. The chair of the department had a producer's class, and one of the things he did was he put this kind of little competition together to win a producer's award, and if you won it, you received $2,000 and all the equipment at the school, and he would help you, get other things outside in the industry. So I did an adaptation of the short story, and it won the producer's award.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
So that must have done wonders for your self-esteem and knowing that you're on the right path to change your profession from theater to film. I mean, you just knew.
Yeah, well, it was, along the way you get these nods as you're learning, because the thing is too, you think, I want to be a director, or I should be a director, and then really the reality of it is, can you kind of live the life of a director, because what they don't really talk about is that you are usually the first person on a project and the last person. Like for instance, we were just doing post-production up in Skywalker Ranch, and I have heard that short film so many times. Like you have to sit with it and sit with it and sit with it and all these other things. So when I won it, I remember it was Steve Ulaki who was at Lionsgate, and he was the chair of the department, and he was like, congratulations, and I was like, I'm scared. I hadn't really done very much film at that point, and I directed theater, but it's
different.
The process is very different as far as
because theater is live and film is you're collaborating with all these different people as you go, which you do in theater too. One of the biggest differences, I was just actually talking to a director of photography about this, is that in theater, you find the play that you want to direct and then you cast it, and then you start, the day rehearsals start is when you start your pre-production, but you have your actors there and you're blocking it with them on stage. Directing is different in a film, because you have a vision in your head of when you're reading a script, and then you're bringing this vision to life. So you do prep without the actors a lot of times. And of course, once you cast and once you start actually getting into production, you have everybody collaborating with you. But there's a lot of this kind of synchronicity that happens where you ingest the script, and you have a vision of it. That's why they're always talking about the director's vision. So you know what I mean? Like you're visualizing it, because again, it's a much more, the medium's completely different, because you're manipulating where an audience looks and what the shots are. So it's different in that way, that it's not just like, boom, day one, here's the actors, you're doing it. It's like a lot of times you're telling people what your vision is when you're hiring people and seeing if they see the same film. Wow, you well versed in film, obviously, and maybe that university did a little bit for you. I'm just saying. I'm fascinated by.